Okay, just like we stated yesterday during the forecast, let me just give a glimpse of it. Look at it. Okay, price hitting this resistance, coming back for a retracement. And as you can see today, price is just playing as anticipated. Okay, yesterday was a beautiful move. Okay, so without much ado, what am I looking at right now? On the daily time frame, I'm still on the buyer side, as in I'm looking for buys, but not right now. This is my overview perspective. I'm anticipating to take buys, but not right now. At the moment, I will be looking at possible positions that will give me certain results. As in what I mean by setting, CER setting, that will give me results that are of higher probability. Okay, this kind of setting. Okay, so what are we looking at? It's very simple. On the 4-hour time frame, okay, let me take this out at the moment. Okay, for the 4 hours, well, London has already played what it wants to play. Okay, so at the time being, I'm just going to hold on. Okay, I'm just going to hold on. Yes, I want price to break out of this zone, this particular zone, like it did here. I want some retracement, then continue down, or break above here for price to go up. So this is just what I'm looking at. Okay, some persons have requested, hey, analyst, please could you keep this very easy for those of us who are still learning? So I'm trying to keep it very, very easy. Okay, like for this London session, okay, though I didn't show it on the chart here, for the London session, this was a sweet sell this morning. Okay, I saw this. Okay, price taking out this guy. Okay, you could take an aggressive sell on this bearish candle and your target will be here. Actually, the target should be this guy here. Let me use this guy. This should be the target here. Okay, but you know me, I don't like going for the aggressive target. I like going for the conservative target. At least that one is surer. And as you can see, my conservative target here is in line with our area of concern here, this white line. Don't like being aggressive. If I were aggressive, this would be my aggressive target. This will be my conservative target. And my entry will be on this bearish candle. Okay, don't worry, one of these days you're going to observe me trade live. One thing I can assure you is that the market, the chart shows you the direction it wants to go. Either with you knowing the direction by reading the market structure. This is what I'm about to tell you now is highly classified. You can know the direction by reading the market structure or by interpreting the hand of God, which is volume. Some people refer to this volume as COT, which is commitment of traders. You would know because you would see the way price is pumping in one direction versus the other direction. And let me tell you, this might seem like rocket science, but it's not. Price can either go up or down. Simple as that. It's a 50-50 chance. This is the easiest way, let me say the hardest way to make easy money, but it's easy money. Okay, price can either go up or down. So in probability, it is a what? 50-50 probability. You can hardly be wrong. The only thing that most people get wrong is where they place their stop loss. Ask yourself this question. What concerns you the most? Is it the direction or your stop loss? Because you discover that the direction you have on your mind will be up. The price before it goes up, or it might tempt going up, take you out, then go up big. So what most people are concerned about is their stop loss, then knowing where to place their TP. As you can see, most of the trades I put, their TP are sure banker. And just like I said yesterday in my forecast, that price was going to do somehow in this zone, but once it gets above here, that is going to be a what? Clean traffic. Watch the video I did for yesterday, June 8th. You're going to see exactly this, and this was how price played. For the time being, I am looking for sales. Okay, so for the time being, I am looking for sales, and as you see what I'm telling you, you know the market structure, you know who is in charge, and at the moment, sellers are in charge. Then you see how this candle is printing. Can you see this? It will tell you where it wants to go if you are very observant. Look at it. So even if you entered your sell here, you entered here, you entered here, you see how price is just printing down, going down. And I will tell you that sellers market, damn, pumps really hard. It pumps really hard. If it wants to sell, it's a slam dunk. If it wants to buy, it goes like this, but if it wants to sell, it goes kaboom. Just like, watch this. Look at the slope going up. This will be about, let's just say 45 degrees. Look at the slope coming down. This is steeper than this one. Okay, this is very steeper coming down than going up. And why is it steeper here? Because this is a fresh move. The people who actually get this move are the investors. They are the ones who are capable of seeing this move before it happens. You see what I'm saying? Price is still coming down. So for GJ, which is pound yen, I'm looking for sales. For those who did not get this sell here, can take their sell here, here on the break of this low with the stop loss here. So you don't just put it now, you have to wait to see if this is the high that will be made in this range. If no, or if the next candles don't break this high, this will be your entry for sell, this will be your stop loss. Okay, then you'll be anticipating it to give you 1 arrow, which is, what is my 1 arrow? This is what I'm looking at. This, and this. So this is what I'm looking at. Okay, just 1 second, please. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. But if it comes down, fails to break this low and makes a high, no problem. It has changed now. Okay, but at the moment, I don't want this price to go above this horizontal line, which is 168,100. This could be considered a psychological level. Okay, I don't want price to go above this psychological level. Okay, if it keeps printing a minor as in counter trends going up, I will be shifting this my sell order up like that. Okay, depending on the retracement. So this is for GJ. For GJ, I'm looking for sales. At the moment, I am more prone to take sales than taking buys. But let me explain it this way. I'll be taking sales for the interim right now, but I'll be taking buys if price breaks this high here, but not if I take buys if price breaks this high here, that means my stop loss will be very wide. So before that time, just follow the forecast every day. Before that time, there would be an indication where it is off, where I would show you to take, where to require smaller stop loss, okay? Then one arrow for our first TP, then you can leave the rest to run. Because if this breaks this high or when this breaks this high, wow, you will not believe what GJ could do. Okay, so no need for us to rush at the moment. Let's just embrace what price is giving us right now, which is for us to take sales. So if you have any question, feel free to let me know. That is for GJ. So let us look at what gold will give us. Okay, for gold, this gold, I love gold because there was something I saw after I had posted or published the video or this training. There was something I spotted, and this was this zone here, this zone. Okay, price did exactly what it was supposed to do, but this was a zone that requires some serious observation. So uh, it did exactly what it was supposed to do, came down, retraced, retested the low, but failed to close below this zone. This was the candle that at one point this candle was showing us convincing that it wants to go below this zone, but it failed to close. If this candle had closed below, then we would have taken what? Sales. But as you can see, price played reasonably. Okay, I don't like touching my trade if I've set my entry and my stop loss, because I remember one fateful day I touched my trade and it performed how it was supposed to perform, and I had already adjusted the stop loss to this point before it gave me one arrow, which is very wrong. Though if I had moved my stop loss to this point, I would have minimized the loss, but on the other hand, it would develop a bad trading habit. Okay, on the other hand, it would develop a bad trading habit, which I didn't want to cultivate. So perhaps before the end of this video, I'll show you a scenario that played like that. And I touched the stop loss and it took me out, then continued in the direction. Like in this place, if my stop loss was here, it took me out with this candle. Then look at how low it came before eventually taking me out on my one arrow. So where GJ gave me one arrow plus, gold took one arrow out. So it's on the upside, I was up by the end of the day. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. But look at what I'm looking at now for gold. Gold is a very, very, very tricky instrument. Okay, it's very tricky. It gives you with one hand, then if you're not careful, it will smack you with the other hand. Because if you look at it, here price tested here. If you check the video I did on the 6th, the training I published on the 6th, you will see that price tested here, and we are now in a kind of range, this being the resistance, this being the support. But that is for a daily time frame. If you look at the weekly, you will see that price had done what? Price has printed these sellers, retraced, and wants to come down. But the problem we are facing at the moment is that this price is telling us something very, very, that we should be very careful. Look at how this bearish candle closed. Okay, like an indecision candle. Top wick, bottom wick, a small bearish. Okay, look how this week's candle is going. So this is an area to be concerned, like this. This is an area to be concerned. Price could do this, take this guy out, then continue the buys. That is one way to look at it. But since we are not trading using the weekly time frame, let us use a time frame that we can get something out of the market today. Okay, but for the weekly, this is what I'm looking at. However, for today, what I'm looking at is very simple. What I'm looking at is very simple. On the break of this low, I'm anticipating price to retest here. Okay, now where would you put your stop loss, which is very wide? If you put your stop loss above this week, it's already too wide. So for you to get 1 hour, your stop loss has to be, okay, your take profit has to be here for you to get 1 hour, which appears reasonable. Okay, in fact, let me do it well so that you see that it is okay, as you can see, which appears reasonable. Okay, so this is on the break of this with stop loss here. I'm looking for sales to hit this guy here, but you see this point, this zone, I don't want us to make this mistake. You see this zone, on this zone, take something out of the table. On this zone, immediate price hits here, but if you take something out, that means you're not actually getting 1 hour. So if price breaks this low with your stop loss here, just leave it. This is the target. Okay, I don't want us to develop a habit that would not be right for you guys. Okay, so let's go to the next one on the chart. The next one is our Bitcoin, guys. Price is still holding within this range. Okay, so nothing much to do here. Price is still holding inside this range. Bitcoin is still stalling. It's waiting for a very important fundamental or something that would spike it in the direction that the big boys have invested or have built momentum for, just waiting for something to cause it to tip over. So that is just it. So at the moment, the amount of people selling and the amount of people buying in terms of volume is the same. That is why I see price holding here, but it is more prone to go for buys than it is to go for sales. But if it wants to go for sales, this is the entry with stop loss here. If it wants to go for buys, this is the entry with stop loss here. So you just follow what I indicated in the chart here. So that is just it. It's as simple as ABC. If you have any question, yeah, you can ask. Or those who are watching this video who are not part of the live chat or streaming can ask question in the comment section. So, and again, don't forget to subscribe. This is Phoenix Unique. Bye for now, guys. Talk to you some other time. Peace.